Today I want to do two things. My proposal for a good quiver, and the second one a long-term review of the Gong Hipe Cruzader that I bought like 1 year ago, and the foil system that I'm using currently right now. So the first one, as you need to know, I live in Switzerland, so the ocean is really far away from me. And we have a lot of lakes in Switzerland, and we have a few lakes that offer consistent wind. And one of them I live close by, like 30 minutes drive, and usually the wind is like ranging around like 8 to like maybe 15, 17, 20 knots. It's a thermal wind that works during like springtime to autumn. In winter you get some more storm systems that are coming through with strong winds, but usually most of the times, if it's sunny, you usually have like between like 10 to like 12, 13 knots. And so I started with pump foiling, and at some point I bought the Gong Sirus XXL, and I thought that the Gong Sirus L like is a perfect pump foil wing. I bought two stabs so far. The XXL, the kind of equivalent of the big front wing, and then I bought the smallest one, the Sirus M, which is kind of the equivalent for the Sirus L. And with these two like front wings and stabilizers, I'm very happy, I'm very satisfied. If it's like more wind, I'm taking the smaller front wing, the Sirus L, and the smaller step, and I'm having lots of fun. And if there's a bit more wind, like talking about the Lake Uri, then I use the bigger front wing and the bigger stabilizer. And I'm really satisfied with this quiver, kind of. I don't want to own too much stuff since I'm already having kitesurf gear and like skimboard and surfboards. And my basement is not too big. So the idea is not to spend too much money and not to have too many different things. I'm not into jumping yet and doing like crazy freestyle tricks. So if you're doing that, then this quiver is probably not for you. But I'm really happy and satisfied with the Gong Hipe Cruzader. Some thought like the inflatable version is really bad, but I used like cardboard so far in Boa Vista, and I've been using this like inflatable one. And for wingfoiling, I'm totally perfectly happy with it. It's stiff enough. It flies super early compared to like to a normal kind of old board shape. The downwind shape is really awesome to get off really soon with not much wind. I'm having only one wing that I'm flying. It's the beginner wing, I think. And it's like the size is like, it's a 5, as you can see. And with this setup, I can be on the water so many days during the year. This is kind of the perfect quiver. If I want to go pump foil, I take the Kluber, the shortest board, and then I take the Sirus wings. If I want to go like downwinding, I'll take the Gong Hipe Cruzader. If I go wingfoiling, I take this board. And then I can use the same front wings to have fun on the water. It's not perfect for, of course, for freestyle and tricks, and it won't be the wing racing. They are not the fastest wings out there, but they are, I think, a very good all-round version. I can go a bit of downwinding with them. I ordered like a low kite from Gong, so then I guess this will be my whole quiver to go like wingfoiling, downwinding, to go like pump foiling with like not so much gear, but with gear that is like basically all-round friendly. In the future, I might switch up and buy some different front wings. Think about the Veloz HDV, like the wing for downwinding, and thinking about having this as my pump foil version, because I don't want to have too many different front wings and too many different setups. But so far this setup with the 72 mast that I'm using, I think is very perfect to have a lot of days on the water without too much gear, without investing and buying too much. With the mast, I'm quite happy. It's like 72 meters, it's perfect for pump foiling. You could also go with, I think, 75 or 79 to have a bit more height for wingfoiling, but even with like bumps, I was totally happy with the 72 centimeters on even downwinding in the stormy session. That was my first kind of downwind session with the paddle. So if you have a paddle, if you have like a low kite or wing, I think this is kind of a very good setup for like landlocked places where there's like not so much wind. It's more like a lot of low wind days. And so I'm really happy with this quiver. And if you're looking for an all-round quiver that doesn't have too much gear, then I think you have like a perfect compromise of board size, wing size, and front wing and stabilizer size. The Sirus L I didn't order basically for wing foiling, but I ordered it for pump foiling, but then I found out for wing foiling it's not too bad. It's smaller, doesn't have too much lift. And so I think this is like kind of the perfect setup for like low wind days and for maybe like low wind days. So this kind of my long-term review. I'm really happy. I think go back always to an inflatable version. Why? Because like it stores easier, even though I have to tell you most of the times it's in my basement or it's in the bus without like taking the air out. So it's like usually inflated. But I'm really careful with my gear, but sometimes I hit stuff, and so I'm really happy that I don't have any like big like scratches or breaks or like cuts on the board, because I think it's very durable. It's stiff enough to go like wing foiling and downwinding with it. And so but I guess I would go with the inflatable version. Again, it's not too expensive, like Gong is offering a great price. So I think this kind of setup is not so expensive, but has a high value for all different kind of sports that you can do. And at some point when I'm maybe starting to jump and do like more freestyle tricks, then maybe I will switch to like a smaller wingfoil board and maybe some like more freestyle oriented front wings. But so far, this Quiver, I think for starting and for being like a basic, like maybe advanced rider, it's like a good setup that offers you a lot of options to go. So I've been really happy and satisfied with that. And maybe your experience is different, then write it in the comments. Feel free to ask any questions. And thank you for watching. May the foil be with you always.